Hey y'all. All right. You can see we're back out in the garage and I'm out here and I'm cold. Yeah, it's really cold. See, I've got my coveralls on. But of course, to some of you all, what I'm going through is nothing. But it's cold for me. So, anyway, enough of that. I just want to say thank you so much for all your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. I really seriously appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And it's just overwhelming, really. I mean, it's like 2,850 something now. It's crazy. It's just, and the growth this year has just been phenomenal. And I have you all to thank for that. I really, really do. And uh, here lately, I have been absent, and I've put out a few, shorts, but I have been absent, and just had a lot going on. I'll just briefly touch on it real quick. I have my family, two of my family members in there in the house. They had COVID, had to help a lot with that. So, of course, that left me with very little time to do anything. I even missed a day of work for that. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. It's just that's just what happened. Um, Also, I have two horses, and one of them is a mini horse, and he's sharp as a tack. He figured out a way how to get out of the fence, so I had to work on that. So, yeah, and there's just been a bunch of little crap going on around here that I've had to take care of. But anyway, so maybe now that I've got some of that stuff taken care of, we can focus on some stuff. But I want to say thank you so much, and I want to say Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you're going to have a fantastic New Year, and Happy New Year to you all. Okay, what are we talking about today? We're talking about fasteners. Now, a while back, I talked to you all about why should we be torquing bolts, fasteners. It's 2023. It's about to be 2024. I mean, we've got all kinds of technology at our disposal. Why should we be torquing any kind of fastener? Well, I'll show you why. Okay, I've got some fasteners here. I've got a couple of wheel studs, I've got a couple of lug nuts, and I've got a nasty, rusty, crusty bolt, and I've got a really greasy, filthy nut. So what I'm going to do is that there's like zero resistance, okay? And the resistance there is so minimal, it's not even, I can't even measure it with anything that I have anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to torque that one down to like 100 foot-pounds. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to use the old beam type torque wrench. We're going to go here to torque this down. I know it's cutting into the seat of the lug nuts, cutting into that. And up to 40 foot-pounds. Up to 50. No. I'm up to 80 now. Quite a bit. Let's move this back here just a little bit. Okay, so well, I was at 80, now it's dropped down to 60. Okay. So, now that's torqued right up to 60. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm pulling the wheel stud up. That's what's happening. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So much for trying to simulate something here with my vise. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to use this dirty lug nut and dirty, very dirty. Here we go. Yeah, see how much rust and kind of a little bit of corrosion in there, a little bit of rust and corrosion. Okay, and this is a used lug nut. We're going to see how much. Let's see if I can get you all a better angle. Okay. Okay. All right. So I saw the limitations of the vise. So I'm going to just probably try to keep this down to 50 foot-pounds. But first, you know what? I'm not going to torque that to 50 foot-pounds. I'm just going to see what kind of drag is on this. Now for a little bit, there's no measurable drag. Now there's a hard spot right there. So, yeah, not enough corrosion though really to measure, but there is a little hard spot right there with that corrosion in there. Okay, so let's try this one. I think this is going to be better anyway because I'm able to lock down on the flats of that bolt right there. Okay. See that grease coming off there? Oh, sorry, wrong socket. There we go, that's better. It works a lot better when you got the right side socket, doesn't it? Tell you what, let me get you all to something here where you can look down on this miniature torque wrench and you see the drag that is being produced by the dirt and crap that's in threads, and really illustrating what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, that's better. So there's not much drag right now. It's almost none. Okay, now it's starting to get hard. I'm measuring like, oh man, I'm measuring over 25 inch-pounds. Yeah. 30. We're up to 30 inch-pounds. Okay, now, let me give you a little, see, we're not down to the, all the way there. Okay, we're turn the light on here. Let's see. We're not down completely all the way to the bottom. Okay, so yeah, we're over 30 inch-pounds. We're up to 40 inch-pounds now. 50. So And you can see how much that is bending. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. That's why I preach what I preach. Okay? That is why I say what I say. That's why I tell y'all, clean the threads on the bolts. Clean them threads up. Get the crap out of them. Get the dirt, the grease, the grime out of them. Just a wire brush and a can of brake parts cleaner, man, that goes a long way. Oh, okay, that's a great ratchet. Didn't hold on to the socket at all. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if I'm using it correctly. But anyway, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this off here, and I'm going to clean all this rust out, and I'm going to clean the grease out of the threads of this nut, and then we're going to see how much reduction of drag I'm going to be able to record with this. Okay, so I was having like 60, 50, 60, maybe even 65 inch-pounds. All right, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to clean this up. Some brake parts cleaner and a wire brush. And get right back. All right, y'all, we're back. And as you can see right here, you can see the bolt. I've cleaned it up quite a bit. About 5 minutes worth of work, some brake parts cleaner, and about 3 different wire brushes. Okay, so now also notice this bolt, the rust is sort of ate into the shank of the bolt a little bit, so the strength of this bolt is a little bit questionable. It does say that's grade 8. I would probably put it down there maybe more like a grade 5 now because of the rust issues. However, 20, maybe 20 foot-pounds, 30 foot-pounds, I don't think that would be a problem for this. But looky here. Look at that nut now. Look at that. It's just amazing, isn't it? A little bit of cleaning. Look at that. Down there to that rust too. Okay. We might try a little anti-seize. Okay, because then you'll get to see what happens when some lubrication gets applied. So put the bolt in here. Here we go. Bolt's back in. All right, we're going to run this down. Look there. Couldn't do that before. Look at that. Oh my God. That's already an improvement. All right. What kind of inch-pounds are we going to record? Okay, we spiked up there past 30. We're past 40 now. We're hanging around just below 40, up to 40. Oh, now it just jumped up to 50. Okay, so now I'm getting into some of that really serious rust down there. Okay. Now, what do you say we put a little anti-seize on here and see if we can improve our chances? I'll get the anti-seize. You know what? I'm going to use the silver because that's like the most common, and it's also the one that everybody seems to hate. Everybody seems to hate on the silver. Oh God, you'll get it everywhere. It'll be all over you. Now, don't worry about it too much because you know what? I've been using this stuff on all kinds of fasteners for years and it hasn't let me down. So I love anti-seize on the fasteners, especially lug nuts. So here we go. We're getting into that area. Oh wow. Okay, look at that. Look how much bend we got there. We got down further though That's the thing, is we've got down much further than what we were at before. Okay, you see there? You see, we're down there quite a bit further. So that just goes to illustrate what I'm talking about. You know, clean threads, clean the threads. And I know, you know, some of y'all might be thinking, well, hey, just go buy a new bolt. Well, here's the thing. A couple of things to remember. One, when you're dealing with Chinese bolts, a grade 5 may be a lot more like a grade 1. If there is even, maybe even a grade 0, if there even is such a thing. And another thing to keep in mind is if you don't have a lot of money for your projects, then reusing old hardware sometimes is a very effective means of getting the job done correctly. And honestly, let me show you something. Look over here. I have lots of bins of fasteners, and there's a lot of OEM factory hardware in here. Now, yes, you see this one? It's got some rust on it, surface rust. But we take that surface rust off, that is an excellent fastener. Okay, same goes here. This is a bolt for like a valve cover, hold a valve cover down. Yeah, sure, it's got a lot of crud on it. Clean that crud off, guess what? It's going to be perfect. Hold down a valve cover. Okay, that's the kind of engineering that, you know, OEM hardware has in it. Okay, we're talking stuff that will probably outlast you or me. So just think about that. Okay. Now, of course, you know, stuff that's compromised by severe rust, like that bolt right there, over there in the vise that that I was testing, that's something you may want to be very much aware of, and maybe you can stay away from. But like I said, torquing that down to maybe 20 or 30 foot-pounds. Okay, so why don't we do that? Why don't I go ahead and do that? 20 or 30 foot-pounds. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my that little bitty one and go to a much bigger one. Let's see. Yeah. Go to this one here. All right. Now this is not a clicker, this is just a dial type. Okay, so we're at, there's 20. Okay. We're at 25. Well, maybe 20 still. Yeah, we're at 25. We're almost at 30. No, we're just past 30 now. Okay, we're bottoming out on the bolt. Now, here's the thing. When you're torquing a fastener, you're putting stretch into that fastener. That's what you're doing. You're stretching it. So now we're at 50. 50 foot-pounds on that old rusty bolt. Now, as you can see, it's starting to lean a little bit. The fastener is, the bolt is. So, when we go to 60, there's 60, 65, 70. All right. That's a good one for the USA. All right, I like that. I love that. It's fantastic. Okay. So that bolt outperformed more than what I said. And you just heard me there grunting a little bit to break that back loose. Now, what does all this mean? Well, by cleaning all of that crud out of the threads, I'm getting a true torque reading. Okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm getting a very correct, accurate torque reading. Alright? Cleaning the rust and cleaning the crud and the dirt and the filth out of the threads, I'm getting a very true torque reading. When I don't, then that torque reading can become skewed one way or the other, because what happens is that dirt is, or rust or grease gets in the threads, and it gets in the threads here, and it binds things up. So you're recording, oh, maybe the bolt's supposed to be torqued to 40 foot-pounds, and you torque it down to 40 foot-pounds. Hey, it's torqued, yeah. And then you find out maybe you've ran the engine a few times or whatever, and you found out, wait a minute, that bolt isn't correct. You notice the nuts backed off. It's sitting on there, and it's like that, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not torqued down. So you go and torque it down again, and oh, okay, now it's reading. Now I have to go a lot further to get to 40 or something like that. So the thing, what I'm trying to get across to you is clean those threads, man. Clean them up. It's going to make a huge difference. Huge difference. All right. That's enough for me. I thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all tremendously. I'm going to put all this mess away, and then I'm going to go home. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have yourselves a great New Year's, and I'll be doing more here very soon. I'll be doing some more stuff. I'm going to probably get into this carburetor here very soon, because this little part right here, I don't know if it'll do it this time. Oh yeah, of course it's not doing it this time. It's going to make a liar out of me. But this right here, this piston that's up in here for the accelerator pump, that gets stuck sometimes. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try to, I've got a whole new assembly here for that, and I want to replace it all. So that'll be next. It'll be one of the next things I do. So anyway, I just wanted to crank this out real quick. Thank you so much. All right. See ya. God bless. Have a great one.